Hey everybody, it's Master Gallengeist here, and this is my review of Halo Wars 2. Now, I got the Ultimate Edition, and I did not like what I was going through, so I did not finish the campaign, even though I got pretty close. I got to like the 10th mission, and I just kind of got fed up with it because I wasn't having any fun. Now, granted, I love the original Halo Wars. I like playing through RTSs. And I was really surprised that I did not like this game. And there's kind of many reasons for that. I also didn't go deep into multiplayer because the usual way that I usually played Halo Wars was I would do the campaign, and then my friends and I would kind of like do 2 3 at a time and go up against AI and just kind of like screw around. Sometimes we go and do stuff in multiplayer or whatnot and kind of like test ourselves against real people, but I did not feel that I was having fun with this game. And that, whenever I'm kind of looking at a game, I kind of gauge how much fun and enjoyment I get out of it. And I just didn't feel that going through this. Now, granted, I did like the cutscenes. They were very well done. But I even felt that the story at this point was just kind of like just the bare bones for like a Halo game. Since we see that the Spiritfire, it's decades later, they somehow arrive at the Ark, and they're fighting a group of forces that aren't Covenant, but made up of Covenant races. So they can use the Covenant technology, so that way they don't have to do anything kind of different with them. I mean, granted, the concept of the Banished and Atriox and being so powerful that the Covenant were hunting after him and could not take him out is intriguing. But it's done nothing with in how far I got into the campaign. It's just generic bad guy, generic kind of RTS structure of doing this and doing that, and having yourself locked into how you can get through your objectives. And granted, I understand there's some amount of that going on with like an RTS, but it's done to a real detriment because I was playing on Heroic, and I've always thought of Heroic as the way someone who is familiar with the Halo universe and familiar with a Halo game plays the game. Because I played the original Halo Wars, I'm like, it shouldn't be too bad. Start on like the Heroic one and kind of go forward from there. But what I felt was that leader powers and unit differences are really an effect and kind of a balance in this game. The Covenant have better offensive capabilities than the UNSC, in my opinion, with kind of like the glassing and the stunning, especially in the campaign, because the AI spammed that crap on me and would decimate an army and would have me having to build up my army again, only for it to be decimated again when it spanned powers again, of which I have no counter to. And then also getting into the units themselves, I felt that playing on the heroic difficulty within the campaign, that I had my units being taken out more easily than the AI's units. Now, granted, I don't know if this was just my frustration at that point or that I was not effectively utilizing my units or to some effect, but I just felt it was really unbalanced. And this unbalancing gets even further into it when you get into skirmish, when my friend and I would be playing it, and we were playing against normal difficulty AI and getting our shit kicked in. And not just like if we were going up against a legendary AI in the original Halo Wars. And I just wasn't having any fun with it. It's like, okay, I try and get the rush out to all this kind of stuff, and by the time I'm trying to figure out how to get to it, and I'm thinking, oh, the AI should be along the same path as mine, a little bit faster or slower, depending upon what it's doing, it would pretty much Zerg rush me with like one type of unit and almost take me out. And I'm just like, how can it get to that point that fast? I mean, it's taken me this long to get up enough generators and enough supplies to get my base upgraded to the 3rd degree in order to get the kind of stuff that would do that kind of damage. And I just didn't have fun. And I just was not sucked into the story. There were certain moments that were pretty cool put into the story, usually dealing with the Spartans and what they were doing, but there wasn't any real life brought back into the characters that I felt that it was in the first game. And you didn't really get a beat on Cutter or Anders or even really the Spartans. They were just showcased doing badass stuff. Isabel's the only one that's kind of like done in a really good manner because she's terrified of Atriox and wants to get vengeance on the people that she lost once he had invaded the Ark. And I'm just like, okay, AI and all that. And I'm wondering how this would tie into like the core Halo games of like Cortana and their AI revolution and all that, and what they're doing. But that's not really brought up at all. Now, granted, I know that they're far behind, but wouldn't she like tell Cutter and the crew about like what's going on? And it's just, I didn't have fun and I wasn't sucked into it. And that, I'm a Halo fan through and through. I had issues with Halo 5 Guardians only because I like the Chief. I don't hate Locke. I'm interested in the characters and everything that's built up with that, but I'm more interested in the Chief and what's going on with his head and all that stuff with Cortana. This, I felt like it was not a well executed Halo game. And that worries me. Because Halo is one of my big franchises. One of the things that I usually go for day one. And I went for this, and I'm like, this is not the quality that I've come to expect from a Halo game. And that worries me. That makes me think twice about like going out day one or pre-ordering. And of course I know pre-ordering, that we should kind of get in the habit of only pre-ordering stuff for certain reasons. Either you think it's going to be in limited quantities, or there's some really cool extra that's on it. And I'm pretty much, from all the stuff that I've been getting burned on from like this, Destiny, all kinds of other games that have just kind of disappointed me. And this has definitely been a wake-up call with that kind of stuff, because if I get a Halo game that really disappoints me on this level and I don't have fun with it, something needs to be reevaluated. And I hope Microsoft can get their heads around that and be able to let their studios do what they need to do, take the time that they need to do, and make as good of a game as they need to do. That's why I'm not really always against delays, unless you're like kicking the can for like 20 years or whatnot. But like, I'm looking forward to other games that have been delayed, and I just think that this could have taken more time. I don't know how long it was in development, but I mean, there could have been a better story. There could have been better balance. There was a beta. I played the beta, and I thought, okay, this should be okay. And then I get this, and I'm like, this is kind of unbalanced. And I don't know, that worries me, and I hope that this doesn't become a trend for Microsoft games, in that they're hoping for us to go out for day one, and then we're kind of like, I don't know what's going on. I hope that they take the time for their first party titles that they need to, especially a title like Halo, and do the justice that it deserves. So those are my opinions on the game. Tell me what you guys think in the comments below. If you liked it, if you didn't like it, if you agree with me, if you disagree with me. Also, like and subscribe, and I hope you have a good day.